Coalition staff for the incredible program that you are going to see this evening, bringing together disparate views from the Houston community. I'm most impressed with the lineup, and I'm sure you will be as well. The program will be introduced and moderated by Tori Gaddis. Now, Tori is a former consultant with McKinsey & Company. McKinsey, probably about as well-respected a consulting firm as there is in the world. Tori also is a software developer. He is a startup, a business startup artist at this point, heavily involved in the information technology business. However, even more importantly and more to the point with respect to this conference, Tori runs a very successful and widely read blog called Houston Strategies, which I suspect a lot of you already look at quite frequently. And Tori also worked with Joel Kotkin and Michael Shires in putting together the Opportunity Urbanism program here in Houston. So let me give you Tori Gaddis, who will oversee the rest of the program.
Thanks, Wendell. Appreciate that. Like I said, I'll be the moderator for the evening, try to kind of referee things up here and Q&A. As far as the Opportunity Urbanism, I actually have a handout back in the back table. So if you're interested in learning more about Opportunity Urbanism, a little one-pager back there that I think you'd find interesting. We have two topics tonight. The first topic is Houston land use regulation. And for those of you who are not from Houston, we are the largest unzoned city in the country. And as the core has been actively redeveloping over the last, say, decade or so, it's created some tensions. We've got, towers going up, townhomes going up, McMansions going up, and it's created some neighborhood tensions, and there's been some calls for changes in Houston's approach to land use regulation. The second topic of the evening will be Houston's approach to light rail transit. In 2003, we passed a referendum, 52% to 48% for a Metro Solutions plan that includes light rail. We have a Main Street line now that's about 7 miles long. It has been the most successful line in the country, I believe, in terms of riders per mile or some statistics along those lines. It actually, has done reasonably well. It has had a high accident rate and pretty expensive. And recently, unfortunately, the medical center has filed a lawsuit over corrosion from leaking current from the rail. That is still questionable as to how much damage that's causing, but needless to say, the rail has been a little bit controversial. We have 4 new lines that are about to begin construction for target construction by 2012. To more secondary destinations, I think it'd be fair to say that the first line really hit the low-hanging fruit in Houston as far as popular destinations along a short area. These will go a little further out, and the question is, can they be effective in a low-density, dispersed, decentralized city like Houston? To remind our panelists on the topics that we have a lot of national and international people here, so they may be less interested in the Houston-specific aspects and more interested, for instance, Richmond versus West Park, which anybody from Houston knows the debate on Richmond versus West Park, and more interested in the larger topic of the appropriateness of light rail transit in cities that have been built up around the car like Houston. Let me get on to the backgrounds of our speakers tonight. Kendall Miller is a native Houstonian, president of Tanglewood Corporation, a third-generation family-owned real estate company which owns and manages the Post Oak Shopping Center across from the Galleria and Tanglewood Center. Kendall is also president of Houstonians for Responsible Growth, a group recently formed to address new regulatory initiatives regarding land use in Houston. Before joining the family firm, Kendall worked on a federally funded comprehensive transportation strategy for the Uptown Galleria area, where we are right now. He currently serves on the Uptown TIRZ and district boards. Kendall has also served as a founding director of the Bank of Tanglewood. Peter Brown is Houston City Council member, nationally recognized architect and urban planner who has worked on projects in 38 Houston neighborhoods and 25 other U.S. cities. Peter serves on the boards of Imprint, Trees for Houston, the Main Street Coalition, Blueprint Houston, the Committee for Sustainable Growth, and the Gulf Coast Institute. He has served on over 30 charitable civic organizations. Some of the work he has done for Houston includes planning, parking, landscape ordinances, and establishment of tax increment districts. David Crosley president and founder of the Gulf Coast Institute, which focuses on urban growth and quality of life issues. The Institute has led the Smart Growth Initiative in Houston since 1998. He serves on the board of Smart Growth America and associate director of Houston chapter of the American Planning Association. Crosby is a founder and co-chair of Blueprint Houston, initiative toward a comprehensive plan for Houston. He serves on numerous boards, committees, and panels and chairs the Greater Houston Partnership's Long-Range Transportation Planning Task Force. He's an honorary American Architects Foundation Houston member. Finally, we have Paul Magaziner. He's a real estate developer for 35 years. He's the owner of VCI Group and is the founder and chairman of the board of Color Reflections, a nationwide business. Both businesses provide creative services as well as professional photo imaging services. Paul's business is located on Richmond Avenue, the site of a proposed Metro Light Rail line. He's been on Richmond Coalition Steering Committee for the past 2 years. So, a couple reminders. Tonight is a dialogue. We're calling it. We're not a debate. We're trying to be, when we get to the Q&A period, we're going to ask that people be very respectful in their questions, maybe kind of keep the monologuing to a minimum. My job is to sort of read all that. On each topic, the first speaker will go for 15 minutes, the second speaker will go for 15 minutes, then the first speaker gets a short 2-3 minutes just to respond to anything he heard in the second conversation. Then we'll open it to Q&A. Q&A will involve lining up at this microphone and asking your questions. We'll do that for about half an hour, and then we'll move on to the second topic. It should be about an hour total for each topic. And with that, we'll move on to Kendall.